Hello, YouTube. Welcome to the stream. How are ya? How was your day today? Sorry about Wednesday. Was not feeling good. I didn't sleep well. I was really tired. I was like, I'm not gonna actually do a decent stream if I stream tonight. And kind of busy this weekend, but I really wanted to talk about this topic, this podcast, because it's really interesting. But it's 26 minutes long and I don't have time to do the whole thing tonight. So we're just going to have two short streams if that's okay. It might be like 45 minutes. And then on Wednesday, we'll finish it up with a really short stream. But I'd rather just split it into two than just not do it. And I don't want to go 2 weeks without a stream. I think that would make me sad. But I see Lisa's here and Mr. Ranger Lab is here. Thank you both so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. Oh yeah, it's like, how do I do this? And so we all know about BeachBody moving to an affiliate program. Oh, it's okay, Mr. Angelab. I feel better now. I'm just busy tonight. So that's why the stream is short, but I feel much better. Thank you for offering a postponement. I appreciate that. And hi Tanya, how's it going? So this is MLM coach named Bob Heilig telling us about the lessons to be learned from Beachbody, and he's telling us all about why Beachbody turned to an affiliate model, what it means for the coaches who have built the Beachbody business for the last over decade, since 2007. And it's an interesting one, but as I said, we're going to split it into two, even though it's a short stream. Let's read this first. As you may have heard, recently, Beachbody was the latest company to announce that they are moving away from their current business model to affiliate only and essentially eliminating the incomes of all of the leaders and coaches that have built businesses with them over the years. Today, I want to use Beachbody as an important case study of what we are seeing happening across the profession today and ultimately what's wrong with our profession today. In this episode, you'll hear what the situation means for our profession, and I hear key lessons that we can pull from it that demonstrates that we need to do better. This is an important conversation to be having because if we don't learn from this, I guarantee you that unfortunately we will continue to see more of this type of thing happen. While challenges lie ahead, I firmly believe our brightest days as an industry are still to come. We may face rough seas, but rest assured, we'll be here to help you navigate through them. Thank you, as always, for tuning into the podcast and being part of our community. So he's not doing, in my opinion, he's not doing this podcast for Beachbody coaches just to show empathy and respect for what they're going through. He's trying to make money off of them. I'm looking at my hair and it looks silly. He's trying to make money off of them by making sure that all of the Beachbody coaches don't quit the profession and continue to get his coaching. He wants to keep them in the industry to continue to profit off of them, in my opinion. Oh, Tanya, you just got home from a second hospital admission. Oh, I'm sorry. I hope he's doing okay now. And we're happy you're here. And I hope you enjoy the stream. And Anastasia's here. Hello, nice to see you today. And I'm ready to get started. The intro is so loud, so I'm gonna make it quiet just for the intro, and then I'll turn it back up.
Hey, Bob here, and welcome back to the Your Virtual Upline podcast, where we give network marketers the mindset, strategies, and skills that you need to build the business and life of your dreams.
If you listen to my podcast, you are magically going to be able to build a massive business, and therefore you'll have everything you want in life. Just listen to Your Virtual Uplines podcast, right? Of course. One thing I do respect, of course, he probably edited this. This is not just one take, but he barely says any filler words. I feel like your average person says at least a few filler words, such as or so. My big thing is so. And he said 2 so's in this whole thing. That's impressive, even though I know it's editing.
Hey, Bob here. Welcome back to the show, episode 450. Today, we're going to be talking about BeachBody. So if you're unaware, last week, BeachBody was the latest company to announce that they were going to be moving to an affiliate-only model, essentially terminating and eliminating the incomes of all of the leaders, all the coaches that have built businesses with them for the last decade.
I thought you can make money without recruitment, though, because we'll hear all from MLM uplines everywhere. You don't need to build a team to be successful. Look, you can work your way up the ranks and build a strong income without recruiting people. And then we hear the moment that the model turns to an affiliate-only model. Oh, you've eliminated my entire business. How is that true? If you you recruited me a year ago with the promise that I could make money just by selling the product. We've heard John Milton say that, yeah, he's in Modere. Modere is so unique and interesting because people are using it as an affiliate system and they're not building a team. And then he's talking about how turning to affiliate is the worst decision they could possibly make. But then you say your company is pretty much an affiliate company anyway, and everyone's making money without recruiting. So which one is it, John Melton? Hi, Naokita. It's nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining us.
And very unfortunate thing, my heart goes out to all of the BeachBody coaches that are listening to this. I know we have many of you in our community. I spoke at the BeachBody National Conference a few years ago, and I've got a special place in my heart for all of you. You really have been incredible supporters of our business, and I'm just really sad that you're having to go through this. And
do you have a space in your heart for all of them, or are you trying to seem really empathetic and understanding to their situation because you want them to either stay in your coaching community or you want them to join it? You don't want them to leave because, say you have 100 Beachbody coaches in your coaching and they all leave because they leave the industry, then you're making less money. All of the reactions we've seen on this channel from MLM coaches, they're all scared for their income because they're not losing money because people are leaving their downlines. They're losing money because people are seeing this, but there's potential for people to see this trend and leave the industry because maybe people are starting to realize that no MLMs are safe. It doesn't matter if you think your MLM is different. You go to Shackley, it could happen next year for Shackley.
But I want to center today's episode on something that I think is important because I think BeachBody provides us with a very important case study.
No, they don't, because it's exactly the same situation as every other MLM company that's done this recently. Less people are joining MLMs, more people are leaving. It's harder for people to make money. It's not interesting or unique at all, but he's going to make it seem like it is unique, and it's not.
Of what we're seeing happening all across the board in the profession today, and ultimately what's wrong with our profession.
We can hear him, okay? Right? Are we able to hear him? Because I have him kind of like not super loud. I hope you guys can hear. I suddenly realized I wasn't even asking if you could, and it's been 1 minute and 26 seconds. Hey, Gary. Nice to see ya. I hope you're doing well. Okay, volume is good. Thank you, Anastasia. Because I don't think I've listened to a podcast before, and it's the same. You just have to click share audio as well, right? You just click also share tab audio. But I suddenly got scared
today, and so I want to talk a little bit about what does this mean for our profession. But like I said, there's some really important lessons for us to learn here, and
means your profession's going downhill fast, sir. More people are going to be leaving. You're going to make less money, sir, Bob.
And unless we are able to really look at what's happening and identify the things that we need to do better as a profession, we're going to continue to see more and more of this, unfortunately. And so let's talk.
I'm sorry, I have a lot to say, and I'm breaking this up into 2 parts anyway, so I figure I can pause it whenever I need to. We need to identify what we need to do better as a profession. No, you can't improve this profession. It is incurable. because the very basis of it is a few people at the top are profiting, making $1 million if they're lucky, while thousands and thousands of people underneath them are suffering financially and are being mistreated and manipulated. So there's no improving this industry, sir. And you know that. The people who are MLM coaches, the people at the top of these downlines, they know the deep systemic issues that are wrong with the industry. They know there's no improving it, but they like to pretend that they do things differently. Every MLM coach calls himself the top MLM coach. They all do it. How can Eric Worre and Bob Heilig and Fraser Brooks all be the top MLM coach?
Talk about BODi, and let's see if we can't help navigate some of you that are just feeling a little bit lost and confused and afraid of what we're seeing in the profession today. Let's see if we can't give you a little bit more confidence and hope.
We're going to give you confidence and hope so you join my coaching or you don't leave my coaching. That's his motivation here. He's not being charitable or kind. He wants to continue making money off of you.
So when we look at BODi, here's what this doesn't mean. It's not a sign of impending doom for our profession as a whole. I see people talking about, the MLM model is going away. And, when I see somebody say that, I just look at an uneducated, ignorant person, quite frankly. It is no indication whatsoever that this business model doesn't work anymore.
And what is it an indication of then? He's going to talk about it's an indication of the state of the specific companies, of the owner's intentions. Instead of saying what's true, that it's a sign that the industry is in decline, he's going to say it's a sign of poor leadership. It's a sign of poor financial management. It is definitely, ignorant, right, Anastasia? It's definitely a sign of this industry going downhill when companies are closing, are going bankrupt, moving to a whole ass new model. But he's just going to twist it and say it's just a few bad companies. Using sir derisively, not when angry. Nice touch. Thank you.
And it's also, just to be clear, it's not that like affiliate is the new thing. Like I see people saying, I hear every company is going to eventually go affiliate. That's just simply not true. This is not about a shift to some sort of a forward-thinking model. We've talked about this before. This is a financially struggling company that is private equity owned and publicly traded, that has seen significant revenue decline over the last 2 years, almost 40%. That is looking for a way to cut costs and improve the bottom line so that their financials look better for 2024 moving forward.
Why are they looking for a way to cut costs? Why? Because more people are leaving MLMs, more people are educated on the harms of the MLM business structure. We've seen MLM CEOs say that it's harder to get customers, it's harder to get coaches, distributors, and to have them stay. Right? Why is it harder for distributors to sell and recruit? Because more people know about how horrible the industry is. So he's trying to make it seem like it's a BODi problem, not an industry problem. But BODi declining in revenue is because of the MLM problem.
It's an owner that never really bought into the model, didn't believe in it, doesn't.
Why are you saying Carl didn't buy into the model? He sure did, because he saw it as an opportunity to make money. Have you spoken to Carl? Do you know Carl? You're going to talk. Maybe I should let it play for longer than 5 seconds. He's trying to trick us. He's trying to trick us to think, oh, it's a Carl problem. Yeah, Carl is not my favorite friend in the world, but he was bought into the model. Of course he was.
Value you, and it's a company that puts profit above people. That's all it is.
You do it too. You're doing it too. That's what you're doing right now. And you're pretending to be kind and generous, but you're putting profit above people, but while trying to keep people in the industry longer, all the while knowing that they're being harmed.
And this has been the common thread we've seen in all of these companies, mostly, that have been announcing the affiliate thing. Private equity owned, struggling financially, owner doesn't care about you. Let's do what we need to do to improve the bottom line. And BODi is unfortunately the latest company, and they are the biggest company. They were an almost a $900 million company in 2021. That has decreased significantly. They did $527 million in revenue in 2023. That's a 40% decrease over 2 years. And so that's what it is. And now here's the unfortunate thing. This will not be the last company. Will absolutely not be the last company.
Does Carl know you're bad-mouthing him? And you talk about later about how you spoke at their big conference a couple of years ago. Were you kind and respectful to him then? And now when the industry is in a downfall, now you're bad-mouthing him? That's not very professional, sir.
Company. Because nobody wants to be the first, because the first is going to catch some really bad PR. Nobody wants to be the first to do this, but once it starts to become in vogue and we're seeing other companies doing it, well, they can spin it and it can seem like it's not as bad of a thing. And so the unfortunate thing is there's lots of other companies that have some of the same criteria that we're talking about here that are struggling financially, that aren't bought into the model, that are going to do the same thing. And that's going to be tough. I can't sugarcoat that in any way. But I'll tell you, this is a natural part of long-term economic business cycles. And what's unfortunate is the people that ultimately are hurt by it are us, the people that build the companies. And, and
I hate that argument too. John Melton has used it. Why are we freaking out about all these MLMs going affiliate or closing? This happens in business all the time. It's natural. There are ups and downs in business, sure. But in this case, the ups and downs are affecting people's income. The majority of the people in the companies aren't making money, of course. We all know that. But what about the people in the middle who might be bringing home a little bit of profit every single month? They're bought into the dream. They go to all the personal development. They do exactly what they're told. And then this is just taken away from them. What about those people the mid-range people who are still so bought into the model, so still wanting to follow their uplines, that despite them making, say, $500 a month in profit, they're going to jump to the next MLM, to the next, to the next, to the next with their uplines because they think it's just a company problem, not an industry problem, right? And I had something else I wanted to say. I don't remember what it was. I just find it so comical that this is not a sign of a downturn in the industry. It's a sign of bad management. Of course, we're always trying to distract from the real issue at hand. Why can't we ever just be honest? Like the 30, who was it? There's been so many videos recently. It might have been, I don't know. One MLM CEO somewhere. It might have been Carl who said there's been pressure from it was Carl, pressure from the anti-MLM community, right? More people educating on the topic. We can't get customers. We can't get and keep customers. We can't get and keep distributors. So we're not making money. I at least appreciate him being relatively honest, even though he gaslit the shit out of all his coaches.
This is where my heart really goes out to you. If you are a Beachbody coach, I know what it feels like. I've gone through it twice in my career. It feels like betrayal. It feels like you've been lied to by a family member, a friend, somebody you trusted. And I'll just call it what it is for your sake, to support you. It is a complete lack of integrity. It just is. And we need to call these companies out. We need to hold them accountable for the way they're treating their people. And we need to call this for what it is, right? I mean, that's absolutely what it is. And, if you're somebody, like, if you want to preserve what you have, great. But if you're somebody that would willingly choose to go out and promote these companies to another person, shame on you. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. Don't think for one moment.
What do you mean? If we're someone who goes out and promotes these companies, shame on you? Maybe are you talking about the Beachbody, the people who are staying on as a Beachbody affiliate? Shame on them. I do find it a little bit strange, in my opinion. People like Scotty Hobbs who are talking about the complete betrayal, like Bob just said. Then they're saying, oh, but I'm going to stay on as an affiliate. That is a little bit strange because you're feeling like your baby, like Scotty Hobbs said, was just ripped away from you, which that is a very problematic comparison, as I know we all agree with that. If you feel like your baby was just ripped away from you when your business was taken away, why would you stay? Why would you continue to buy the products and make Carl money if you feel like he betrayed your trust? That's a little strange. And it's easy for me to think, oh, why is it a betrayal when your job changes? And then I go, no, if I was fired randomly, or if I was told you were hired for this and now you must do this other completely different thing that you don't have any interest in and that's not going to make you as much money, I would also be very upset too. So I get it.
These companies that are going affiliate, the second they realize that the affiliate model will not do better than the past model, and I stand true on that, there'll never be a company that goes pure affiliate that will do better than they could have done or have done under the direct selling multi-level model. It will never happen. It will never happen. Prove me wrong. It just isn't going to happen. Because if
Back it up though. You saying it will never happen over and over again, that doesn't mean anything. I want to know why you think it's never going to happen. Because theoretically, I don't know. I kind of agree with him because who's going to be buying Beachbody products other than the coaches, right? And now that Christina Delgado doesn't have 10,000 people underneath her buying all these products and her getting credit for it, who's going to buy her products? I envision the people who don't have big followings on Facebook or Instagram, whatever, they're not going to be able to sell anything. I'm curious. Because their revenue is going to go down a lot, but what they have to spend, their costs will also go down. Their revenue will go down, but their costs will go down. So I don't know. What do you guys think?
affiliates are hired mercenaries, they're looking for the highest dollar, and there's no loyalty to the company, right? And so, like, at the end of the
Affiliates are hired mercenaries. There's no loyalty to the company. I've never once had loyalty to a workplace. I have loyalty to bosses who treat me with kindness and respect. Why do we need to be loyal to our company, but our companies don't need to be loyal to us? A lot of the top Beachbody coaches have talked about how Carl told them everything's fine, we're all good, no worries, and then a month later they're going completely affiliate. So Carl's not loyal to even his top coaches. So why do we need to be loyal to them? I feel like a lot of reps will join another MLM so that they can recruit again, but will also be a BODi affiliate in case they're able to sell some products and make some commissions. Great point.
day, that's what it is. And to think that Beachbody wouldn't turn around and do the same thing to you or Rodan and Fields or whoever the company is, of course they will. So let's learn the lesson. But let's examine.
Of course they're going to do it too. Of course your company could do it to you too. So instead of leaving the MLM industry, just learn lessons from it. Assume your company is the one good one in the industry and that your downline is safe, and just ignore all the negative feelings you may have, all of the worry you may have about the future of the industry that you're in.
The company. Because I think it's really critical before we fall into just the, oh, this is what's happening. You got to look at the circumstances around the individual companies to understand it. You know, we mentioned the one thing is they're private equity owned. Rain Capital is the majority owner of Beachbody. The private equity is here to do one thing: make money, make companies more valuable. And so they were supportive of our model when it was working for them until it didn't. They've declined 40% in revenue over the last 2 years.
You're also looking to make money. All MLMs need to make money. All companies need to make money. I don't know. Do you guys see the connection between being private equity owned and not being financially solid? Because I don't think Beachbody I don't think their revenue declined because they were private equity owned or whatever it was Bob said. Because he's trying to make it seem like that's a bad thing. Or maybe it is. Maybe he's insinuating that Beachbody revenue declined and then Rain Capital or whatever it's called pulled their support out. Is that what he's saying? I'm just going to Google Rain Capital BODi. Rain Capital. Yeah, privately owned investment company based in Oklahoma City. That's a long, hard word. Opportunistically investing both early and late stage capital. What do you guys think about that, Beach? Maybe he's saying the investments pulled out because BODi's revenue declined. I'm not seeing anything. Okay, let's continue.
Branded the BODi last year, hoping it would change things. It did not. And then really just in a matter of dollars and cents, when you are no longer making them money, you're not an asset, you're a liability. And that's unfortunately what happens. And listen, Beachbody is kind of an interesting company because they've never been a pure direct selling company. And that's the second thing, is the owner doesn't care about multi-level marketing, direct selling. He doesn't come from it. They didn't even start out as a direct selling company. They sold workout DVDs, but they were.
Why does that matter? He doesn't care about direct selling. He didn't come from it. Are you saying BODi went affiliate because Carl didn't start out in the industry? That's not where he got his start. Although you could say it was, because Beachbody, yes, was a company before they were an MLM, but then they expanded when they became one. Or does come from MLM mean you have to be an MLM distributor or a previous MLM CEO or something? Is that what that means? Sorry, I just thought I saw something outside of my dark window, but I think it was just the neighbors in their backyard. He's just trying to deflect blame. Carl doesn't care. Carl's not invested in MLM. Carl does not come from MLM, and that's why they turned affiliate, and that's why your company is not going to go affiliate. I hate this. Makes for a good video, but I hate it.
Never really bought into it. It was just a way for them to make more money. And
that's why CEOs go to the industry. It's kind of genius if you're not a very nice person. Of course, it's a way to make money because you have people, what am I trying to say? You have people paying you to work for you, paying you to volunteer, and you only have to pay a tiny little portion of them. It's a brilliant idea for a morally questionable CEO. Everyone becomes an MLM to make money. What are you talking about? Yeah, he's not an MLM purist. And that's why they turned affiliate. Where did you start, Bob? The moment you were a legal adult, were you in the MLM industry? Oh, no, you weren't? Oh, okay, well, you don't come from MLM either. Get out of here, Bob.
That's what happened. They rode the wave of the social media boom, 2015, 2016, right, all the way to 2020, and then COVID. Just this crazy growth on the backs of these coaches, these influencers that were out there sharing products, doing online workouts, and building the company. And then when that didn't happen anymore, they just decided to say, hey, see ya. Sorry for all your hard work, but we're going to just keep all the customers. And that's the terrible thing here. Like Beachbody is absorbing the customers.
I agree with that. That's one thing. All these coaches immorally, unethically, yes, built their businesses, helped Beachbody expand, and then Carl's like, bye. I expect loyalty from you. You cannot expect loyalty from me. Fuck off. We're keeping your customers. Because no, they're not keeping it, but they don't keep their customers automatically attached to them when they move to the affiliate model, which is sketchy as hell. You could make it transfer, Carl. If you cared, you could do it. Right? The MLM or the product. It's not, whatever. You guys understand what I'm getting at. Yes, they're started to help people, right? Of course.
Like they're just saying your customers are now our customers. You can compete with us and you can go out and try to get them, but we all know how that's going to work long term. And when you look at kind of what's happening, we see this all over the industry and the profession today. And so what this really is a test of, and I've said this once, I'll say it again.
Oh no. Fuck. It just stopped working. Ugh. That's sad. I don't remember where we were. It was like 7 something. Now it's just not working. Let me get back to it. Sorry, friends. 7 something. I have no idea what it was. Like 7. Let's just call it 7:30. I'm sorry if we're not exactly correct. That's annoying. Okay, bye, Anastasia. Thank you for joining us. We really appreciate it. Okay, that's close enough. I need to share tab audio so you guys can hear what Bob's saying. Okay, let's try again.
In the profession today. And so what this really is a test of, and I've said this once, I'll say it again. this kind of shakeout that we're seeing, which is a part of all professions, economic cycles. When you have down economic periods of time, companies go. And what it really is it's a test to the ownership of the companies. How loyal and committed are they to our model? And
you can say until you're blue in the face, all companies, all industries have downturns. That's fine. It's different in this case because MLM companies are built off, like you said, off the backs of people, hardworking people. They make the CEOs and the top people, the people at the top of the pyramid, lots of money. And then it's different because MLM CEOs expect full loyalty from their distributors. They expect the company to become the distributor's entire personality, but then they can turn around, they can say everything's fine, we're all good, and then a month later get rid of their businesses and not give them true advanced warning. That's why it's different. You can't compare the two. You can't. It's the model that is king, of course.
the ones that are leaving just never were. They never valued you. To think that they did is foolish for you.
You don't value me either, Bob. If I was in your coaching company and I was giving you money and then I went, I'm going to leave the company. I'm going to leave MLM now, right? But you and I became friends. And if I said, I'd love to continue talking to you now that I'm out of MLM, would you talk to me? Would we still be friends? Probably not, Bob, because you're not making money off of me anymore. So it's comical to hear you say that. You don't value anyone in this industry either.
And so, but there's a really important thing for us to look at here. Because with Beachbody, they are the poster child for what I believe to be the single biggest problem we face as a profession today. When you look at the company and you look at what their consultants really were, what they call coaches, they were online fitness influencers. That's what they were. They were online fitness influencers before we really even had a term calling an influencer. And what they did was they just created tons of content, doing workout videos, sharing products, and they were attraction marketers. And that's how they built businesses. And there are some people that have built incredibly.
What's wrong with that? Because every MLM coach everywhere talks about you need to create value, provide interesting content that will get your viewers, your audience's attention. What's wrong with that? Because you sort of teach people how to grow their platforms, how to create valuable content. So you're kind of teaching people how to be influencers too. You teach us how to have a brand that is outside of our company. You're teaching the same thing. Are you saying that it's a bad thing? I don't understand, and I can't speak.
Successful businesses purely on just marketing and content. Now, that's not all Beachbody leaders, because I know plenty of people in that company that I've worked with, that I'm friends with, that are actual leaders that realized at one point that the way for me to build a long-term sustainable business and actually help people isn't by me being a fitness influencer. Like, I actually need to become a leader and develop some skills and learn how to put systems in place to help other people succeed and all that kind of stuff. And
he's saying that a lot of Beachbody coaches only focus on showing their fitness videos and using their products, and they have no skills, no positive attributes in the MLM industry. So I see what he's saying now. And it's not all Beachbody leaders. Not everyone is just focused on making cool fitness videos, but some of them are. Some of them don't have MLM systems in place. They don't want to teach their teams. And that is yet another reason why Beachbody went affiliate. So it's also our fault. It's our fault as the coaches because we aren't focused on the right things. Hello, Neil. It's lovely to see you. Thank you for joining. I know this is not a time I've gone live in a million years, so I appreciate I have people here. It's so fun. Coaches wouldn't have any clients if people realize it's the MLM model that is the problem. So he has to convince us it's the individual companies that are the problem, and it's so obvious too. He's not being clever.
There are plenty of examples of people in that company that are that, but those were just the ones that saw the writing on the wall and said, look, I can't do this forever. This is going to burn me into the ground, right? But that's what the company really was, is they created this culture of hustle and doing more. And it's like the company fueled it. There was always a new product, always a new program for them to promote. And it just created this machine. And for years, when social media, like the wild, wild west back in 2016, and I remember it because that's when I started, you could go onto Facebook or Instagram, say, hey, by the way, I'm doing this training. It's only $97. Let me know if you want to buy it. And you'd make 100 sales. And
every MLM company is focused on the hustle. Yes, Beachbody used to have new programs out constantly. Beachbody coaches were always learning how to launch a new program in their business. But Monate's the same. Every MLM company, I feel, just keeps churning out more and more products because they know as long as they have distributors who are needing to be a product of the product, people are going to buy them. So again, that's not a Beachbody problem. That is an industry problem.
And like, that's how a lot of those people early on built their businesses. But then here's the problem, is this complete dependence on social media and a real lack of core business structure where there's like actual systems on the back end to grow the teams, to train the people, to develop the leaders, right? There wasn't much in the way of skill outside of the marketing skill. And what happened?
How are the Beachbody coaches going to feel about that? You're just saying there's not much skill other than marketing. Is that true for all of the Beachbody coaches that you've had in your coaching company? Are all of them just focused on the social media and the attraction marketing and none of them have systems? As I know a lot of coaches don't have systems, but Scotty Hobbs, he taught his team a lot. I have so many videos on my channel of Scotty Hobbs trying to teach his team the actual technical parts of the Success Club activity tracker. It is not very nice of you it's one thing to badmouth the CEO, to say he doesn't care about you, he's never been bought into the MLM model. It's another thing to badmouth the coaches themselves who are doing what they're taught to do. Plenty of them, lots of them, hundreds and thousands of them, hundreds and thousands, not hundreds of thousands, a shit pile of them do have systems. They're taught to have systems. They follow literally the Success Club activity tracker. That is a system. That's a system. And you're saying that they don't have any skills in that area. That's not very nice. That's not nice.
Is these top earners, these leaders, they started to burn out. Because you can't do that forever. Like, you can only go so long doing this before you start to say, man, like, this is a treadmill I can never get off of, because as quick as you sign up a new customer, they're gone. And as quick as you sponsor a new person and they start to build, they quit. Because guess what? Most people can't do what the 1% can do. And so here we see.
That is a problem with the whole industry. It's not because most people can't do what the 1% can do. It's that the system is made for people at the bottom to not make any money. So if I recruit Jasmine and Jasmine actually recruits a lot of people, right? The people at the bottom of Jasmine's pyramid are always going to be losing money. And for every single person in each company, there's always someone at the bottom of the pyramid. For people to be at the top, there needs to be hundreds and thousands of more people at the bottom. So again, that's not just a Beachbody thing. That is an everywhere thing. And you're talking about burnout, again, like it's a unique Beachbody problem. People in any company where that always is churning out new products, they're also going to be doing a lot to try to advertise, promote those products to their audience. I could see what he's saying a little bit in the Beachbody context, because they used to have like 4 new programs that felt like every other month, and there was always something new that they had to learn about and promote. But that burnout is not a Beachbody issue, it is an MLM issue, sir.
This company that's promoting this influencer culture, more content. And the average person that's joining, that's a stay-at-home mom that has never done anything like this before, she can't do that.
And you're villainizing the use of social media in your building your business, but I would bet if we were to join your private coaching community, you would be teaching about how important it is to grow a brand on social media. Let's look. I'm not going to show it because it's a private Facebook group and I don't want any names of private people in that group. But you can believe me if you want or not, that's okay. But Bob. Love, learn, grow. Love, learn, grow. Love, learn, grow. Right? Oh, my computer's not letting me do it. Love, learn. Okay, it's not letting me search. Bob. Wasn't letting me do it. Rude. Create value focused content. Yeah. Here's your game plan. Create value focused content. Go live often. Going live helps you show up, build trust, stand out as an expert who can solve the problem, make it interactive, and offer even more value to your audience. So you're top of mind when Black Friday rolls around. Reach out to your engaged leads. Those who are already liking or commenting to your posts are hot leads. Message them to start a real conversation about their needs and whether you have a solution for them. My point is, he's villainizing social media, and the focus on building a brand and an audience in social media is a reason why Beachbody went affiliate. And then he's teaching us how to build an audience on social media. You're teaching the exact same thing. Isn't that hilarious? The first post on here is about social media. Start 2 to 3 weeks before Black Friday by posting content that directly speaks to your ideal customer's problems. Skip the product post and instead focus on solving a common challenge your dream customers face. This kinds of content gets higher engagement and attracts more leads. So did Beachbody go affiliate because they're focused on social media? But you're also focused on social media like every other MLM coach ever in the world, Bob?
And then the model of success, though, becomes the biggest following, the most, and then people start thinking, man, this is not something that I even want. And so what we would see, and I know this because I coach so many coaches, is these leaders would get to the top ranks. And then all of a sudden they would start to see their growth would slow. And then they would see that these people on their team that would like work really hard and they'd hit this first leadership rank and then they'd get there and they'd get completely stuck. Because they'd reach a point where they just can't do it anymore. They're doing everything on their own. And then they start to burn out. And then the leaders start to think, well, man, how am I going to get to where I want to go? Because I don't think people can do what I did to get to where I am. And they were right. They couldn't. And so what started to happen is this proliferation of burnout and overwhelm started to go through the company. And here's how you'd see it is you'd see that.
I think we're going to stop there because I need to go. And I think 12 minutes is a good time. He's talking about, I'm going to just give commentary on this and then we'll get going. He's talking about how people get to a certain rank, certain leadership rank, make a certain amount of money, and then they just can't go any further because they are so burnt out. I don't think they're burnt out. I think, say, someone gets to 1-star diamond and then they are trying to get to 2-star diamond in Beachbody to get their first leadership rank or leadership bonus. Yeah, the coaches of coaches. Right, Neil? He sure did say it. What was I saying? Someone doesn't struggle going from 1 to 2-star diamond because of burnout. They struggle because it is so hard to not only get to diamond in Beachbody, but to also get 2 other people to diamond and get those 2 people to hold said diamond. Because you don't just hit it and then you're magically that rank forever. You have to hit it and you have to maintain it for 6 weeks. It's hard. He's saying all the quiet parts out loud. It's so hard to maintain these ranks in these companies because of the structure, because of the qualification period, of the volume requirements, of how your downline needs to be structured. If you've been on my page for a while, I talked about this video before. I'm going to look for it. It's a Beachbody coach telling us how to cheat pretty much our way into surviving our diamond qualification. And she tells us to have our cousin or our best friend waiting in the wings, ready to jump into a spot so we don't lose our diamond rank during the qualification period. My point is, it's hard to maintain these ranks. If your rank falls, it's not because of burnout. I'm just going to type in the title. It's from 2 years ago. It's a video, not a stream. Here it is. I'm just going to make note of where I stopped this. So I know on Wednesday we can jump right in at 12 minutes. Sorry. Bob podcast. Start at 12 minutes. Oh, I'm trying to write minutes and it's not working. Because if I don't write this down, I'm not going to know where I ended off. We learned that Beachbody going affiliate is truly only a Beachbody problem. It says nothing about the industry, nothing about the industry going downhill. And it's because Carl doesn't care about you, doesn't care about the model. He doesn't come from MLM. They're private equity owned, and their revenue went down like 40% in 2 years. That's why they turned affiliate, nothing to do with the industry itself. And on Wednesday, we're going to watch the remaining 14 minutes and 18 seconds. Yes, all MLM coaches are running scared right now because they see their client base disappearing. Exactly, Lisa, exactly. So thank you for watching my slightly shorter stream today. I really appreciate all of you being here because it is not my normal times. I really appreciate that I had anyone here at all. It's awesome. We will start from 12 minutes on Wednesday for part 2. I hope you guys have an awesome weekend and hope you enjoyed it. And I will see you next time. Bye.